Hello, investors and traders. The red line, blue line scanner is now available. Let me show you how to use this and we'll take a look at some of the results. So first off, you can just click red line, blue line, bullish here. But if you want to go into the advanced, you can actually add additional technical or fundamental filters and really narrow down to those companies that you're interested in buying. For instance, enable insider buying. You're going to cut the amount of companies down by probably 70% that turn up in the results, but you'll find maybe those really sweet setups. However, we're just going to use this as the basic scan right now. You can see there are two new toggles available. Red line, blue line, bullish, red line, blue line, bearish. The other thing to note, when you click on the basic view, either of these bullish or bearish red line, blue line setups, it changes the days back for current results to 14. So that means we're looking for those setups that have happened in the last 2 weeks. You can go down to 7 days if you want it to be even more recent. We're going to leave it at 14 and run this scan. Now, and one other quick comment. If you just want to run the scan and look for the setups in the market today, uncheck backtest strategy first. And let's go ahead and click search. I need to fix that little UI bug there, but we'll get to that in a second here. Okay, so now let's get our results and we'll look at the baseball cards that turn up. Okay, so you can see a new line on the table here, red line, blue line, bullish. You're going to see this even if you don't enable this scan. So then you can look through your normal, whatever you have normally set up for an algo, you're going to see the red line, blue line, bullish or bearish setups right here, regardless if you check it or not. You'll also notice that we put a link to TradingView, which will load up your indicator right here. Now we talked to TradingView. They won't let you embed a custom script indicator, which the the Trade Canary indicator is a custom script that works with TradingView. You can't embed those into your own web page. Not yet, they said, but when they allow us to do that, then we'll put the charts right in here so we make this nice and easy. But there is a link right here for TradingView. Let's just click one of these and I'll show you what I mean by the setup. Okay, this is Gibraltar Industries. I've never heard of them, but you can see we've got a buy signal at 71.70. And I can tell you right off the bat, I really like this setup. The momentum is not extremely strong if you're looking on the MACD down here. It would be nice to see this go a little bit below the zero bound. But as far as just the raw chart data, I do like that we have a pullback here, and you can see what might happen here. A nice little cup and handle, right? So maybe we play this out from the 71.70 buy-in, and actually we've got a down candle today. So that means that we can get time a little cheaper than we could have on this candle, right? So we want to buy our calls if we're doing this, expressing the trade through options. Ideally, we buy it on a down day because then we can get time a little cheaper and get out 45 days, bare minimum, right? And we're going to get that call a little bit cheaper. So we can play this one pretty simply. And if we're going to just stop out on it or maybe scale into it, we've got some clearly defined levels that we can play with here. Let's go back to Trade Canary and find some others. Domino's Pizza. I think this is only US based. It's kind of fast food pizza, but let's take a look at the setup here. Okay, now this is interesting. Actually, this reminds me of the the Humana trade, and also the excess trade that we just put on, which by the way is doing very well. So we got a buy signal 460. So we ideally are getting in where the signal hits 460. So right here, we do have a candle that looks like it's going to provide some downward pressure. You can tell the setup though is pretty strong. We've got a big sell-off, momentum's reversing, and we're starting to get those crosses. So we got our buy signal set up. I do like this. It looks like if we're going to just play this with calls, we could probably within 45 to 90 days get back to 520. That's going to be $80 of appreciation. That'll be extremely lucrative. I like this setup. I want to see what this next candle does and see if we're going to get a little downward pressure to close this gap here. Let's go back to Trade Canary. Okay, Novocure. We got a new 52-week high. Let's just look at you. What is that setup? Oh, okay. Interesting. We've got the Andy Dufresne happening. Now we've got an indecisive setup here. So the buy was triggered at 17. We're currently at 27. I would definitely wait on this one and see what's going to happen. And it does look like we closed the gap back here. But this could be a signal something's about to happen. Now, at this point, what I'm going to do is in Trade Canary, go ahead and load NVCR and take a look at what the fundamentals are telling us. So we'll go back to that tab in just a second here. Oh, there's Rambus. I traded those guys for a couple years. They make memory, computer memory. Let's see. Asana. Ooh, United States Steel. I've made a lot of money with these guys. Let's take a look at where they're at. Ooh, ugly chart. Nope, I don't want to get involved with this. We've got a gap to deal with down here and way too much indecision. So we're going to ignore that one. And look here at the MACD. The momentum is not strong pulling back up. This is probably just going to chop in this range here. Now, if we do get some range trading happening here, we could buy calls down at the 35 range, play it up to the 40 range. But nope, nothing strong and clear there yet. ConMed. Park Hotels and Resorts. Interesting. Okay. We're going to probably push up towards that 52-week high. Let's take a look at the chart. Oh, yes. That looks good. I like that. We've got a breakout. We've got some pullback to retest the breakout. We've got our buy signal. Momentum is not strong, but I still like the clearly defined trade idea here back up to the 17 range. Let's go back through Trade Canary. Urban Outfitters. I don't like their clothes. I'm not interested in their stock. Alpha Tech, AAR. Well, it looks like we're about to make a new 52-week high on cars.com. Don't love their website, and we've just that looks like just trading range here. Now, I love seeing stuff like this. You can see we've got a lot of failed signals on this move. How can you tell these were going to fail? Look at how the momentum, yeah, it shifted and went above the zero bound, and we did get our cross, so it's a legit signal. But you can tell just looking at the way the MACD is not strongly pulling below the zero bound and then reversing that we're dealing with a range trade here. Now, clearly defined range. Maybe this is something I just buy a couple shares of and watch it in my account. When we get down to 16, this could be a sweet setup to get back up to the 20 range. Let's keep going through here. I'm looking for names that I like. Kaiser Aluminum. I've actually been extremely interested in aluminum lately. And AA Alcoa is on our picks list, and I'm up quite nicely on it. So maybe we can find something else in that same sector. I do like this setup. We've got a nice, clearly defined range to trade. You can see that the momentum was actually pretty strong to rebound this up. So we've got a buy at 79.07. We've got some indecision candles here that looks like it doesn't want to allow this to break out yet. So maybe we get some pullback and see what happens at the low, at the 76 to 78 range. Okay, I'm not going to keep going through here. This is how you use this scan. That's how you use the chart. Make sure you're looking for strong momentum signals when you're looking at any sort of technical analysis. We don't want to just see something that looks like it's stuck in a range, like here where the momentum's not strong. You can tell we've got some signals here that, okay, maybe we captured a little bit of alpha on the way up on one of these buy signals, but it didn't work out, so that you get stopped out, especially, I mean, if you're just doing this short term with calls or something, right? You need to protect your capital. But I like that we can just do this quickly and look through the whole market for these signals. Oh, there's Archer Aviation. Let's take a look at these guys. They make those oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole yet, but that is an interesting couple candles. So now this is where, and let's do this actually for the other one we looked at, NVCR. So, Fundamentally, nope, right off the bat, I'm not interested in a long-term investment in this. I appreciate they're making 52-week highs. On the price side of it, it looks good to me. But when I look through the fundamentals, nope, not interested. I want to see these guys making money. I want to see insider purchases. I want to see bullish news flow. So we can just quickly go through these things and find those really sweet setups. Oh, there's Quanix, NX. These guys are builders in the United States. Okay, now that's interesting. It looks like we've already played out the breakout, fake out, shakeout. Maybe this then does turn into a gigantic cup and handle back up to the 40s. So this one's interesting. Okay, my friends, thank you for listening. I'm sorry this went a little long. If you have any questions on how to interpret this data, if you'd like some further explanation of what's happening behind the scenes as far as the indicator, TradingView, and how we read and interpret through the technical and the fundamental side, please email our support